Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So hello, it's me. I know it's been a really long time since I have filmed. I'm so sorry about that, but I promise I've had the best intentions. It's just been such a crazy year for me already. I feel like 2024 has been a complete ride already. Work has been really crazy busy, and my allergies have been kicking my butt. I believe cedar has been very high, basically from the end of last year to the beginning of this year, and I've been coughing a lot and I've been congested. Like, I just not have been feeling the best. I promise it's allergies. I've gone to the doctor and everything. But anyways, I'm finally feeling like a little bit better to like get in front of the camera and actually film. I hope that you've enjoyed at least some of the shorts that I've been posting. I'm trying to get better at posting short form content, so please show your love on those YouTube shorts. I've also posted them on Instagram, so please give me your love on those because I'm kind of getting into that, and hopefully my skill in that area will get better so that I can like continue posting those. But anyways, today I just want to do a chatty get ready with me. I do want to share some new products that I've picked up and kind of give you my thoughts on those products. So I will say I feel like I have quite a few products that are new. So it's not like a complete full face, but it's almost a full face of new makeup. And these products I have tried before. So let's go ahead and get started. So for primer, I have two different ones here. So first off, I was so shocked when I saw that Wet n Wild had come out with some new products. I had no idea. I feel like these completely just like slipped under the radar, and I was at my local grocery store and I saw that Wet n Wild had come out with some new products. So this is their Impossible Primer Stick, and so I'm sure you guys are familiar with the Impossible Primer that Wet n Wild came out with, I think either 1 or 2 years ago at this point, and I did enjoy that primer and the consistency, but it was a little bit funky. I felt like the formula or like the consistency of that product would always kind of drag on my face a little bit. And so I actually really enjoy the fact that this is in a primer stick now. Also, LA Girl came out with their blurring putty primer, and this actually is pretty good. I've only used it one time, but I have really enjoyed the texture. So I'm trying to decide which primer I want to go in with. I'm feeling kind of lazy, so I think I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild one, just because I don't know. This is just so easy just to kind of like drag onto the skin. Also, my skin is not doing the greatest because I'm sure it's a combination of stress, my eating habits, like absolutely everything. So my skin is telling me as well that I'm not feeling well. But I'm trying my best. I keep up with my skincare to the best of my abilities, but here we are. And then I'm gonna go in with the NYX Bear With Me Prime, Set, and Refresh Spray. I'm so close to finishing this. I'll be so excited when I am done with that product. So let's go ahead and let this dry. Then I do have a new foundation. So I picked up the About Face. This is called the Skin Focused Foundation. I had seen Teresa's Dead. She did try this out recently, and she really enjoyed it, and it looked really good on her skin. Like, whenever I was watching that video, I was like, yeah, it looks really good on her. So I was tempted to try it out at that point. I will say I do have the shade L1 Neutral, and it's a little bit light for me. I really wanted the shade L2 Neutral, but my Ulta didn't carry it. But it looks fine. Like, the shade looks fine, but I just prefer my foundations to be like darker rather than lighter, because I feel like that really affects how like you feel about a product. So, I mean, at least for me. But I just kind of, it obviously comes with a doe foot. I just kind of like slather it all over the face, and I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge to blend this out. But my thoughts on this foundation, so far so good, but it's not a favorite. I will say it doesn't last very long on the skin, at least for me. I'm sorry if you can hear my bracelet. By the way, it is seriously the cutest thing ever. I got it last night. It has like all of these little eyes on it. It's so freaking cute, and it was like $4. I went to a thrift store and they had like a bunch of them. But anyways, back to the foundation. I like it. It doesn't have the best wear time. So I've been pairing it with a gripping primer, and that has really helped with the wear time. But I've noticed throughout the day that around this area, it will start fading. So something to keep in mind, if you like something that's long wearing, this may not be the best for you, but know that you can pair it with like a gripping primer, and that has helped definitely with the wear time. But I will say it has pretty decent coverage. I would say this is like a light to medium coverage. I had a lot to cover up. So I mean, the fact that it's evening out my complexion does say a lot. Like, it's not the lightest of coverage, that's for sure, but you can definitely still see your skin peeking through with this one. Okay, so now that it's blended out, this is how it's looking. Obviously, like I was saying, it's pretty, like, the shade is pretty light on me, so I feel very ghostly, but that's all I'm gonna layer on right now. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with concealer. And I'm pulling from my everyday makeup drawer, or like my Shop My Stash. So I'm gonna go in with the Tower 28 concealer. This one has been kind of a hard one for me to pinpoint like my feelings on it. I feel like some days I really like it, and then I feel like other days I don't love it as much. And I feel like that's kind of been like how I feel about it. Like, it's been kind of hit and miss with me. I haven't had like I haven't had any consistent feelings about this one. It's definitely not a favorite by any means, but it does cover well, and it is a fairly nice formula. It's just, I don't know if it's a favorite. But I did want to kind of talk about a little bit about some like, basically like some goals that I have. I haven't really talked about because I haven't posted in a little while. I haven't really talked about like if I had any makeup goals or anything like that. And actually, it's kind of funny because I'm definitely not like in any form of like low buy or anything. But my husband and I are going on a trip in April. And because of that, we have been on a pretty tight budget. And so I've been more selective on my purchases, and I feel like because of that, it almost feels like I'm on a no buy or like a low buy because I'm not buying as much makeup. Okay, so it cut off on me because my memory card was full, but basically what I was saying was my husband and I are going on a trip, and so I've been on a stricter budget, and because of that, I've definitely been more mindful of what I am purchasing, especially makeup wise. And so in a way, it's kind of like I'm on a no buy, or excuse me, a low buy, but I'm not. But I am on a blush low buy, 100%. I am allowing myself to buy one blush per month. And so far, I know it's only February, but so far I have stuck to that. The month of January, I purchased one of the Merit cream blushes in the shade Fox. Really, really happy with that purchase because I really enjoy it. And then for February, I actually purchased, which you'll see in this video, one of the new Wet n Wild liquid blushes. And so I've enjoyed being more selective because that was actually one of my goals this year. Let me do makeup and talk. So one of the newer products that I did pick up, I love the Morphe 2 line so much. You probably already know that the Morphe 2 concealer is literally one of my favorites. So the Morphe 2 line did come out with a new cream bronzer, and this is called the Sun and Done Smooth Gliding Bronzer Stick. And I did pick up the shade Amber Shores. It's definitely following the packaging and the theming of the Morphe 2 line. And then here is what the cream bronzer looks like. This is very, very pigmented, but I've been enjoying it. So anyways, back to what I was saying. I've really enjoyed being more selective with the makeup I'm purchasing. And that's been something that has been kind of one of my goals, especially for drugstore makeup. One of my goals this year was to be more selective with my drugstore makeup purchases, because I feel like drugstore makeup is easy to justify when you purchase it because it's more affordable. And I use the word affordable very loosely because obviously drugstore makeup is not even that affordable anymore, but you get what I mean. I feel like, oh, e.l.f. came out with this new product, let me get it because it's affordable. No, that's not what I should be doing. I only want to be purchasing stuff that I'm seriously interested in. So I feel like I need to be better at that. And I've been really, really trying. So for instance, Wet n Wild, right? They also came out with a new serum foundation. I wanted to pick that up, but I didn't. I didn't because one, I do not need another foundation. Two, my track record with Wet n Wild foundations is not very good. I like the Photo Focus foundations, but they're kind of hit and miss with me. And I don't know. I feel like I have so many foundations in my collection that I really love that I just don't need to be buying every single new foundation. So anyways, I want to be more selective with my drugstore makeup, and I feel like this budget has definitely helped with that. And obviously, whenever we go on our trip in April, once we're done, we're gonna have more money. So, but my goal is to continue these practices because obviously if I'm doing it now, and I definitely want to stick to like the one blush per month, like that's not going to change. I just need to be more mindful of how many blushes I'm bringing in. So anyways, now the two new blushes. So obviously you guys have probably heard so many things about the e.l.f. liquid blushes. I picked up the shade Dusty Rosé. I really, really like this. This is a really great formula. At first, I wasn't sure how I felt about these, but they're really, really good. I really enjoy them. However, the one I'm gonna use today are the new Wet n Wild liquid blushes. And so I picked up the shade Rosy Romance, very similar color to the e.l.f. What can I say? I just have a preference. I do not love this formula as much as I love the e.l.f. I feel like the texture is just a lot different. So I actually don't like to dot them onto my cheeks. I like to just put some on the back of my hand. And I, of course, I'm gonna go in with my Fenty 125 face brush and literally just like dab it in and then apply it. This is a very quick drying formula. Still pigmented, not as pigmented as the Rare Beauty blushes, not as pigmented as the e.l.f. ones, or especially like the Juvia's Place liquid blushes. Not as pigmented as those, but still pigmented. But these are, I like these from Wet n Wild, but they're just not as good as the e.l.f. for instance. Like if you're trying to decide between these two, I would go with the e.l.f., but the Wet n Wild are still definitely worth checking out because they're not bad by any means. They're just a little bit more finicky of a formula because they dry really, really quickly. So I feel like I have to keep that in mind, and that's why I don't like to dot them onto my face. I like to just put some on the back of my hand and then just kind of blend them out with the brush after that. But here's what it's looking like. I mean, it looks really, really pretty. I do like it, but they're just a little bit more matte, I think, than what I'm used to. I'm gonna apply more to the back of my hand because I love blush and I'm gonna put powder on top anyways, so might as well. But anyways, going back to my goals, I have that blush low buy going on, and then I also have a rule with primers. So I'm trying to be better at the primers I buy. I am a primer addict. I freaking love primer so much. I am a type of person that I feel like primer really does make a difference for me and my skin. I know some people, they're kind of hit and miss with primer. They're not really sure how they feel about it. Like they could take it or leave it. Not me. I'm someone who loves primer. Obviously, if I don't have enough time in the morning, I probably will not use primer because it's just a step that's easy to not do anymore or to like take out. But if I have the time, I'm definitely going to use a primer because I just feel like it works for my skin. I feel like it really does help with the makeup wear time and all of that. So anyways, I'm trying my best not to buy any glowy primers anymore. No glowy primers, no hydrating primers, because I have so many. I have the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I have one from Valentino. I have one, I have like the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. I mean, all of those, let's be real, they do the same thing. They do the same thing. And I don't need 100 glowy primers. However, something that's blurring, something that's gripping, something that is going to smooth out my skin, I love those, and I use them so much more frequently than I use the glowy primers. So I'm going to allow myself, like, hence why I bought like the Wet n Wild, the LA Girl, all of these are like skin smoothing or blurring on the skin, and I just gravitate towards those so much more, so I'm okay with buying those. But the glowy and the hydrating, I just feel like that's just a step that my sunscreen is usually doing, or that my moisturizer is doing, so I just feel like it's an added step and it's not necessary. Now I'm gonna set my skin. I've been loving this Laura Mercier powder. I just pulled it from my stash. This is the translucent loose setting powder, but it's the ultra blur version. At first I wasn't sure like how I felt about this, but this is actually really good. But yes, so that is one of my rules, if you will, as well. Trying to think what else. Do I have anything else that I'm missing? Another one that I just thought of was I want to just kind of focus more on indie eyeshadow than mainstream. Obviously, like Natasha Denona, that's mainstream. That is a brand that I most likely, like if I like the palette she comes out with, I'm most likely going to buy it, right? I will say I haven't bought, like, I didn't buy the My Mini Dream palette. I didn't buy the Xenon palette. I didn't buy her Valentine's collection. So I will say I feel like I'm being more selective with her stuff, but I am going to allow myself to purchase one of her eyeshadow palettes because I just know that I love that formula. So that's not what I'm talking about. If a mainstream palette comes out, I need to be more selective. I need to think it through because I am just so drawn to indie palettes right now that I need to be more mindful of the fact that like there's most likely going to be an indie palette that I'm going to love more. I'm going to go in. This is just shopping my stash here. This is the Ilia Nightlight Bronzing Powder, just to, like, now that I set my skin, I just want to make sure that I didn't lose all of that bronzer underneath. But anyways, something else is I do not really want, so first off, I'm not buying any more Patrick Ta eyeshadow. Nope. Mine got moldy. Both of my palettes had mold in them, and I obviously know I had them past the expiration date, so I'm not saying that they can't make that argument. However, I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes past the expiration date, and there's certainly no science happening in those. So I threw those away. I don't have them anymore, and because of that, I'm not going to buy any more Patrick Ta eyeshadow palettes. Thankfully, the face products seem to be okay. So I'm going to be right now sticking to Patrick Ta face products because I did contact Patrick Ta, and they actually sent me a gift card, and then they also sent me like a coupon for like $50 off or something. So I will say, like, at least they, you know, gave me something. I didn't expect them to give me my money back because I was well over like the expiration, but at least they addressed it. It took them a while to respond, but they did get back to me. So I'm not boycotting the brand entirely because at least they addressed it. They gave me a coupon, 2 coupons, rather large coupons at that, but I'm just not gonna buy any eyeshadow from them. So everything is looking really good. I did go in with the Give Beauty Feeling Cheeky Amplified Blush Duo in the shade Stars Aligned. So pretty. Now let's get back into some new products. So I did pick up one of the new Makeup Revolution highlighters. I was just so blown away at how stunning these are. I will say these are pretty small. So here it is in the palm of my hand. It's pretty small, as you can tell, but honestly, I'm okay with that. I did pick up this shade Diamond Glow. And this is very, very pigmented. This is very beautiful. And so I think these are supposed to be compared to the Rare Beauty. And I would say, I mean, you can look at that glow. I would say that it can definitely compare because it is very blinding and very pigmented. Another brand is Tower 28. So I'm trying to be more mindful of those brands that are labeled as clean because my Tower 28 products also went bad. There was no mold or anything like that happening. I'm gonna add more highlight. But my cream blushes, they did turn. They were kind of like bumpy. It didn't look like mold, but they were kind of bumpy. And they also smelled like Play-Doh, which I've heard is a true indicator that a cream product has gone bad. So I went ahead and trashed those because I didn't want to risk putting that on my skin. So I'm going to be more mindful with purchasing from those brands. So Patrick Ta, pretty much the eyeshadow palettes, Tower 28. I really don't want to buy any like cheek products from them, something that I know I won't finish. I also am not sure how I feel about their lip products. Like I don't like their lip glosses. I know that that's an unpopular opinion, but I don't like them. So that's a pretty easy, you know, product for me to pass on. I will say I am somewhat tempted by their new lip balms though. And I do love those like lip balms that they came out with last year that have pigment to them. I really, really enjoy those. So not completely boycotting that brand, just being very mindful about what I'm bringing in from those brands because I know that those products go bad faster. So I'm gonna go off camera and apply my eyeshadow primer. I'm gonna do my brows and then I will be back. Okay, so I am back, and for eyeshadow primer, I did go in with my Milani eyeshadow primer. And then for brows, I used my Kosas Brow Pop Dual Action Defining Pencil. Really, really enjoy this one. And now let's get into some eyeshadow. I'm really, really excited. So going back to what I was talking about with like loving indie, I seriously have been loving indie so much. I did purchase the Inslee Rain Cold Moon palette, and I did do a short featuring this palette and I shared with you the swatches. This palette is just absolutely stunning. It's so mesmerizing. I wore this to work on Tuesday. I got 5 compliments on my eyeshadow that day. That is just unheard of for me. That doesn't happen. I get compliments on my makeup for sure, but not to that extent. So this is seriously like a stunning palette. I can't wait to create another eye look using this. So that is what we're going to use today. I'm so excited. But let me go back. I wanted to look at more of my goals that I was talking about. Actually that was it. So more indie palettes than mainstream, only buy 12 blushes. I will say I ordered the Unearthly Valentine's Day mystery box, and I think that that box comes with a cream blush. So I'm not counting that because I had no idea that it was going to include a blush, but here we are. So I'm not counting that. So for February, I will have 2 blushes, but it's okay. I want to be more selective with my drugstore makeup purchases. Oh, I'm on a concealer no buy until I finish 2. So I do want to finish 2 concealers before I purchase another concealer, and that has held to be true. I have not purchased a new concealer. I'm tempted. I want to try those new NYX concealers, but I have been strong. Let's go in, well, because I'm like, do I want to go like the cool toned route? I probably should because it's stunning. Let's go in with the shade Orthia, I think. It's this shade right here, and let's just build that up into the crease. But comment below if you have any like makeup resolutions for the year or any makeup goals. I don't like to be like super strict with myself, but it's nice to kind of like evaluate and like, or assess and like evaluate your makeup collection and like where you're at and how you're feeling about your makeup collection. Also, I will be posting like filming my everyday makeup drawer very, very soon. I know that that's due. I have loved doing that. I feel like I've had plenty of time with the makeup that's been in my everyday makeup drawer to like fully enjoy the products, and I think I'm ready to, you know, pick out a new group of products. So I've been enjoying the everyday makeup drawer, which is like a monthly thing rather than doing like the bi-weekly shop my stash. So hopefully you enjoy that I'm changing that up a bit, or that you're okay with it, because I know I was kind of doing like the bi-weekly shop my stashes for a long time. So hopefully you're okay with me switching it up a little bit. Let's actually go in with Mother's Nights, this shade right here. And I actually purchased the, not Unearthly, it's the Blend Bunny Cosmetics eye brush set. And I've really, really been enjoying them. I watched this girl here on YouTube, Seeking Shifts is her YouTube channel name, and I always love her eye looks. So I commented on one of her videos and was like, hey, like what type of brushes do you use? And she highly recommended the Blend Bunny makeup brushes or eye brushes. And so I will be using right now the B5, and I really, really like it. I like the shape and I think it picks up really well. But yes, let me know if you have any resolutions. I would love to know. But yeah, I'm really excited because I feel like I've been doing a good job, partly because I have to save money. But still, it's, still really nice to like, you know, meet my goals and like be strong and not give up, and to keep pushing through when it comes to, you know, my makeup consumption, because I know that I can go pretty crazy on how much I buy, but I can't help it. I just love testing new makeup, but I also want to enjoy what I have, you know, and I feel like that everyday makeup drawer and pulling in products and a get ready with me like this, pulling in products that are in my shop my stash or in my everyday makeup drawer, is still like a good way to incorporate new, but also use what you already have. And I plan on doing a favorites video as well, like just what I've been loving type video. And I will say a lot of them are gonna be old products, because in my everyday makeup drawer, I've just really, really fallen back in love with some of these makeup products. And I'm sorry if it's gonna be like old products, but that's what I've been loving, you know? And like, I just wanna share that with you. I don't care if it's old products, like I want to share if it's good products, I wanna share those with you. And hopefully that's okay with you. Let me know, do you guys like favorites videos if they incorporate old products, like let me know, because I probably have some new products in there, but it's not going to be very many, like, to be honest with you. I feel like my blending is like such a mess, but I don't care. I'm gonna go in now this shade Winter Rose, just to kind of like blend out the crease a little bit. I feel like things got like a little messy. I always do so well on this side, and then I feel like I just lose all skill on this side, but whatever. I'm about to cover it up with like a Seriously Stunning shimmer anyways. So now let me of course go in with my NYX glitter glue, you know, or glitter primer. You know I have to do this. I actually just bought this fresh one because I was seriously squeezing out the remaining in my other one. Now let's go in with this shade Saturnalia, this one right here. It looks so pretty. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That is so stunning. So the key with these, oh my goodness, the key with these is like I like to put some and then kind of blend it out. I feel like I already have fallout. That is so impactful. I mean, look at that. Wow. I mean, look at that. That is so stunning, right? Okay, now let's go in with mascara. So I have been trying out these two new mascaras from Essence. So I have the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara in the black brown shade. Really been enjoying this one. It is a very dark brown though. Also, I've been using the Lash Without Limits Extreme Lengthening and Volume Mascara, and this one is also in brown. I really have been enjoying both of them. I really have, but because this one is a little bit darker, I'm gonna go in with this one because of my dramatic eye look. I don't want natural lashes, so I feel like this is dark enough but still brown for me to be able to use it. Okay, so here's the completed look, and let me show you, I never zoomed y'all in, I'm so sorry. But here's the completed look. Here's also what the lashes are looking like. I got some right here, which is really frustrating, but I had to pick out like eye boogers from my inner corner. TMI, I know, but I do like the mascara. I feel like I was a little bit nervous because some of the Essence mascaras have smudged on me, and so I was like hopeful that this one was not going to do that, and it does smudge, but at the very end of the day, like if you are crying, I don't trust this mascara, but I haven't had any issues as far as it smudging throughout the day. Now keep in mind, I do set underneath my eyes, so that probably has something to do with it. But now let me actually set my face. I have a new setting spray. So this is the NYX, the Marshmallow setting spray. And I actually haven't been testing this one out very much. I've been loving the Cali Ray setting spray, but let's try this out. Okay, so that was a very abrasive mister, but now let's pick a lip color. I'm really not sure what I want to do. I want to do something obviously pretty low key. I honestly kind of just want to go in with a lip oil, so that's what I'm going to do because I think I'm literally going to eat right now. But this is one of the e.l.f. lip oils, and this one is in the shade Rose Envy. These have like gone viral, I think, because they have been like completely sold out in my stores. Like there's only been like a few shades. So pretty. I love the way that these feel. All right, so really quickly, let me just share my thoughts with some of these products. So I have been enjoying this Wet n Wild primer. I really have. I love that this is in a primer stick form now because I did feel like the squeezy like applicator or the best way to apply this type of primer, like the consistency of it, if you know, that's what I mean. But anyways, so far so good with this one. I am happy with it. Then let's talk about the foundation. So the About Face Skin Focused Foundation, I do enjoy this. However, it's not going to be a favorite. I do think that it has a decent amount of coverage, but the wear time has been kind of hit and miss with me. I think if you pair it with a gripping primer or pair it with some form of you know, primer that's going to help prolong your makeup, I think you will really enjoy this one. But it is a good one. Check it out. I like how About Faced has a little bit more of like a modest price attached to it. I think this foundation was only like $20 or $22, so still a little bit more affordable, right? Now going into the cream bronzer I used, I have really been enjoying this one. I do really enjoy this Sun and Done Smooth Gliding Bronzer Stick from the Morphe 2 line. I love how pigmented it is. I love the shade of bronzer that this is, and it blends out really nice and easily. The Wet n Wild blush, I actually enjoyed how it wear today, or how it applied, and I think that these have a pretty decent wear time. I need to keep trying these out. I think this was only the third time that I've used these, but I do enjoy it. They just dry a little bit more fast than probably what you're used to with liquid blushes, so I would recommend putting some on the back of your hand like I did, and then applying it with a sponge or a brush after that. So I do enjoy it. They also had, I think, like 3 or 4 shades in total, so at least they had some range, which was nice. I also really have been enjoying this Makeup Revolution highlighter. These are called the actually, I don't know the name of the highlighters, but I have the shade Diamond Glow, and I do enjoy it. I think it's really beautiful, really gleaming, and you have to enjoy a pretty blinding highlighter with these, but they have so many beautiful shades, but I'm really happy with the shade Diamond Glow. Then we have I think the next thing is the eyeshadow palette, and of course I am so in love with this. I just feel like Indie just kills it with their eyeshadow formulas, especially the shimmer shades. I mean, look at how stunning this looks on the eyes. So happy with this, so pleased with this one. So I'm definitely on the radar when it comes to Inslee Rain and a lot of these other indie brands. Also with the mascaras, I really enjoy these. I do. I haven't had any issues with them. Again, my experience has been that they do not smudge, you know, throughout the day, and also I just feel like they do a really nice job at lengthening the lashes, but also giving some volume. So I have been enjoying these, and I love brown mascara. So anyways, that is everything. I'm sorry if this was a long video or if it was all over the place. I had just not filmed in a long time, I'll be honest with you, but hopefully you still enjoyed getting ready with me and me kind of talking, sharing about my makeup resolutions for the year, but also incorporating some new makeup. So please, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my YouTube channel family here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye.